This episode of Another Great Day is brought to you by Curtains, outfits for windows. It's Friday, February 10th, 2023. I'm Aaron, and this is my co-host, Chris.
Hello.
And we'd like to welcome you back to Another Great Day. So glad you're here. Oh, sorry to interrupt our regularly scheduled programming, but this just in. A massive battle is taking place just outside our studio. Let's go to our field reporter, Chris Taylor, for the details. Chris, can you tell us what you're seeing?
Yes, Aaron, it's true. I'm here on Boardwalk Avenue. And a large battle between two rival clans has broken out, causing chaos in the streets.
Oh, wow. Chris, be careful out there. And if you can, please describe what you're seeing.
Well, the battle is pretty loud right now, as you can hear. As of this moment, I see a king standing tall on a hill at the top of the Boardwalk Avenue. He appears to be giving commands to his front line as they march forward to meet rival front lines. They seem to be all color coordinated. Some are in black clothing, the others are all in white clothing. Not sure if this is some sort of turf war, but oh man. A couple of men on horses just rode by, galloping into the battle, head on.
Wow, sounds like this is a well-planned and strategic battle.
Yes, now it looks like the shield bearers are bracing for impact near the tall towers. The knights haven't given up quite yet. The infantry are still going at it hard. I do see some ministers moving diagonally through the battle. Not sure what they're doing. It's hard to tell. Wow, it appears that the battle is turning toward one side, and now their queen just showed up. This is amazing. She's weaving in and out of the battle with her battle weapon drawn. It's not looking good for the other side. I see the king standing alone. The battle appears to be coming to an end.
Chris, are you still there? You're breaking up. What happened? What do you see?
Queen to rook 5. Checkmate.
Chess, the world's greatest battle game. Well, wow, that was an intense battle of will and wits. And if you like putting your mind to work, then today is the day for you. On this day in history, world chess champion Garry Kasparov loses a chess match to a computer. Yep, on February 10th, 1996, after 3 hours, imagine playing chess for 3 hours. World chess champion Garry Kasparov loses the first game of a 6-game match against Deep Blue, an IBM computer capable of evaluating, now listen to this, 200 million moves per second.
This sounds like it's all bad news.
This is amazing. No, dear listener.
Wait. He lost? Did something good happen?
Listen, stay tuned, because man was ultimately victorious over the machine. Kasparov bested Deep Blue in the match with 3 wins and 2 ties. And on top of all that, guess what? He took home the $400,000 prize. Not too shabby, Gary. Good job. Wow. Saved us from a near apocalypse, a chess apocalypse as we call it. Well, this next segment is called the Question of the Day. And if you're new to this, we'll ask the question, encourage you to take a break with those around you and answer the question. We'll give you about 10 seconds to answer. And if you need more time, of course, feel free to pause the show and come right back. All right, today's question is, what chess piece would you be and why? We'll be right back to discuss that. All right, welcome back to Another Great Day. We hope you had a great discussion time with that. You know, in hindsight, I'm sure some of you are thinking, I don't know all the pieces on a chessboard. All I can see is a bunch of black and red circles. Well, dear listener, that's checkers. That's not chess. Chess is a completely different game.
I'm so confused.
Chess is the game that has the 2 rows of players facing opposite sides on a checkered board. So on one side, typically there's a darker color, and then there's a lighter color on the other side. But starting on the outside, you have rooks, which look like castles. Coming in, you have bishops, which are kind of tall, slender. They move diagonally. You have knights, which can go 2 forward and 1 to the left or right, or 2 and then 1. You have the queen, the king, and then in front of all of those pieces, you have a row of pawns, which are all identical small pieces that can only move 1 step at a time. So, Chris, with that brief explanation there, what chess piece would you be and why?
All right, I know the obvious answer for chess players might be queen, because it can do all the things.
And they have good songs.
And great song, great music.
It's a killer queen.
I choose you, Pikachu.
What?
No.
There are no Pokemon in chess.
There's no crying in baseball. I choose the farthest from the middle pawns. One of those on the top or the bottom of the board or the sides of the board, whichever you're playing.
How bizarre. What an interesting choice.
Because I feel like I who don't know chess at all, so I'm not great at chess. I know the rules, but I don't know strategy. I rarely ever use those. And if I was in a battle in real life, I feel like I could escape unharmed if I just hide in the corner as a pawn.
So those are like the ninja pawns, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you never really look at them or use them. They're kind of there just to intimidate, but they're not active threats.
They might get you though.
If you don't keep your eye on them. That's the whole point of the pawns. Yeah, you can use them. So what do you got?
I like the rook, which I used to call a castle as a kid. I really think those are cool. They can go all the way down the board. They can either go only in straight lines. So if you had an open slot, you can really line those guys up for a long distance takeover of some of the pieces. There we go. I have fallen into checkmate many a time by a well-placed rook. And so you forget about them because they're so far away, but man, they can get you from a distance, almost like an archer in a medieval battle. So I would choose the rook.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, dude, Chris, did I tell you about how I was watching the meteor shower the other night out here? And crazy enough, I don't think I even mentioned this to you. One of them landed in my backyard.
What? In your backyard? Is your yard okay?
Yeah, no, the yard's fine. Thankfully, it made a dent, a little bit of a hole, but the meteor was pretty small, probably the size of about an orange.
Nice. Did you just leave it there in the yard, or did you do something with it?
No, I've seen enough science fiction movies that I went and got some tongs and cracked it open to see if there was any super powered stuff inside. So maybe I could get some superpowers or something.
Yeah.
But all I found inside was dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
All right, today's dad joke. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies.
Oh my goodness.
For folks listening at home right now, Chris's eyes just rolled all the way into the back of his head and around. Kind of like how an owl can turn his head all the way in 360. Chris's eyes physically left his body for a moment and got back in his eye sockets. It was amazing. All right, welcome back to another great day. We hope you enjoyed those terrible jokes. This part of our show is called The Word of Wisdom. We'll take a proverb or wise saying, read it to you, then give you our take. Ready? Let's dive in.
Today's word of wisdom comes to us from Ephesians. This is not the Proverbs, but Ephesians 4:26, chapter 4, verses 26 and 27. And it says, be angry. That's right, you heard it right. It says, be angry at sin and immorality and injustice and ungodly behavior. Yet, do not sin. Don't let your anger cause you shame or allow it to. Allow it to last until the sun goes down. Do not give the devil an opportunity to lead you to sin by holding a grudge or nurturing anger or harboring resentment or cultivating bitterness.
Wow. That's good.
It says be angry, but don't let it cause you to sin. So anger is okay. There are bad things or sometimes sad things and events that happen, and our reaction might be anger. But don't let that anger lead you to do things that will cause more anger or more sadness in somebody else So if your friend comes over and starts to play with that one thing that they're not supposed to touch, and you get angry that they didn't know they're not supposed to play with it, that one toy on the shelf is a special toy. Your friend has done something that you think is bad, and your emotional reaction can be anger. If you respond in anger by being loud or mean, you will likely cause anger in your friend, and back and forth this will go. This verse tells us to respond differently. Don't let the anger control you. You are not just your emotions. You might feel like you no longer have the steering wheel in your mind, but you determine how you respond.
That's great. That's like the Jedis being angry while they're fighting, but not letting the dark side consume them and giving in to becoming Sith Lords. All right, hit the music, Chris, and let's get out of here. Well, we'd like to thank you all for listening, and if you're enjoying the show, please share it with a friend. Either way, we're glad you're here, and we hope you make it another
Great
day. We'll see you next week.
Aaron.
Hey, what you got there?
I have a phone.
Oh,
and
nice.
It has the internet on it.
Is it a rotary phone?
Yes, it's got replies from our polls on the social medias.
Very cool. We're getting a pulse on our polls.
Yep. We're going to give a shout out to people who responded.
What up?
Listener responses.
Yes, not listener feedback. Keep that guy out of here.
Yeah, we don't. Listener responses.
Hello, it's me, listener response man. How are you today, gentlemen?
All right, the first poll we did decades ago was about food.
Yes. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
We got some responses here. We got Denise said nachos.
We had nachos last night.
And then Wes McFall said pizza.
Yes.
And then I said to my own poll, broccoli, even though in the episode I said French fries.
You did.
And then changed it to beans.
Yes.
So now I've said three things, which is the opposite of a favorite, which is singular.
So we've taken over our own poll and skewed the results.
I just wanted to see how it worked. I am kind of new to this social media.
I demand a recount.
Also, separately from the actual thing, there was comments on this exact one.
Oh, really?
And I will read them to you now. We're reading comments from the internet.
Oh, nice. This is good. You're not supposed to look at the comment section because usually it's mean. So let's see if these are nice.
There's more responses. Addie says tacos with a little taco emoji.
That's great. Good job.
And then Wes says, I also choose pizza, from someone else's comment, I guess. Grace Pilates Studios says, I second pizza in all the ways.
Oh, good job, Grace and Wes and the other person that chose pizza. Well done.
And then Denise said, oh yeah, chicken veggie loaded pizza. It's the ultimate winner of deliciousness. Hey, this person would know, Denise. She makes food.
Yes, indeed, she does.
And she can also describe food in a way that I want to eat it now.
The end.